Cold open question of the week, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Would you date a woman who dips nicotine pouches?
Ooh. Yeah, I guess I would. I mean, I was, I was a cigarette smoker for the longest time, and
Yes.
I guess it wouldn't have bothered me if I was with another cigarette smoker. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't care as long as it's not like we want to make out and there's one in her lip at that time. That might freak me out a little bit. But
do you mind taking that out?
can you? Well, I don't want to share it, but no, I mean, yeah, the pouches, yes, I'm fine with that. But yeah, now if she was like pulling out like just the dip
chew.
itself and like shoving in it, then yeah, we might have to
That'd be a
draw the
deal
line
breaker
on that.
for you.
Yeah, we might have to draw the line on that one.
Yeah, I was when I was in high school, a girl I dated briefly, she was a smoker.
Okay. Well, you were smoking too at that time, weren't you?
Not at that time.
Or no, not at that
I didn't
time.
smoke
Okay.
in high school.
That's right.
I was a good boy, Gary.
Yeah.
It was later that I started smoking. It didn't bother me at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, I was, 17, 18. So
yeah. So and
not much is going to bother you.
At that point.
The only thing that's weird to me about it is sometimes when I'm behind construction vehicles like that are carrying like tar,
mm-hmm.
the smell will bring me right back to
to
that time of my life.
Yeah. I think now, I still smoke, but not. I smoke my little vape thingies, occasional cigars here and there, but I don't know if I could be with someone now that is like a regular smoker without me being a smoker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can do that. But yeah, those little pouch things, I would have no problem with that.
Have you ever tried one of those pouch things?
So yes, I have. Couple times actually, because there's been a few times when I've gone into, when I was actually smoking at the time too, when you go in and you'd purchase, oh, hey, you bought this or whatever, you can get one of these pouch things for free. I'm like, all right, let me try them.
Get addicted to these too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I just had one recently too. I don't know where I was and why I got it for free, but I got one and I don't, they're okay, but I feel like they burn. Like they burn the inside of my lip and stuff. I don't like the way it is, and sometimes they make me nauseous. So like I wasn't even actually keeping it in my lip anymore. What I was doing, like I was taking it out and I was just kind of like chewing on it because I was like I couldn't keep it in one spot for too long because it was irritating my. So I must have sensitive gums and so.
All right. Well, we will try not to make you nauseous.
Thank you.
As we begin our show. And welcome into another exciting episode of the Brian Lennon Show. I'm your host, Brian Lennon, as always, joined by my co-host, Mr. Gary McDaniel.
Howdy.
Gary, I want to start the episode tonight just by thanking everyone who has ever or continues to listen to our podcast here, the Brian Lennon Show. We surpassed 13,000 downloads this past week on Substack.
Nice.
And I think from what I've gathered, 13,000 is sort of a benchmark for podcasts. So we have a little storm action going on here.
I was going to say,
I see flashes. That's the lightning.
I seen a flash, but I thought maybe someone was had a flashlight at you, and then I heard the thunder rolls.
So we topped 13,000. We're actually at like 13,200 already.
Nice.
So
all right.
Appreciate everyone who's, like I said, everyone who's downloaded, listened, shared.
Keep it
been a
up.
guest on the show. We appreciate that. We also have over 4,000 views on the YouTube channel. So
Fantastic.
again, I haven't been up till about a few weeks ago. I hadn't been very good at posting those, but I've been doing better.
Well, no, that's good though. I mean, 4,000 with just what you've been putting out there now. Just think if we
Had
were always
content
doing
about
it, we would have hit some big numbers. But
Yeah.
hey, that's not bad. I mean, I'll take it.
So, just want to remind people you can watch the podcast here on Substack. It is in the show notes, so check us out if you want to see Gary and I. Also, check out the YouTube page. Make sure you're subscribing to that YouTube channel. Give us a like. Give us a rating. Wherever you're listening, give us some comments or feedback. It helps us and spreads the word on the show. So, thank all of you for sticking with us. All right, Gary. We, as always, have a jam-packed show tonight.
Always.
Lots of notes to go over. We have a new, some more new music you're going to introduce at
Oh,
some
got a
point.
little ditty for tonight.
But we will start with what I think may become a new regular feature of the show, and
Most
that is
likely.
called. I'm thinking we're going to call it Senior Moment because apparently you had a senior moment over the weekend.
I did. So
Tell listeners what happened.
So Friday, it was there was the Florida Pint Day at Rap. So of course, we went up there about 4 o'clock. We got up there, and so I had a few pints, and then my son, who turned 18, he was having a little get together at a bowling alley, like with some friends and stuff like that. So we went and got the lanes for him and stuff like that. So we hung out there for a little bit, and ended up getting a couple more pitchers of beer and sat around and drank some beer. And then I decided, we had an extra lane, so I'm like, and I'll bowl a little bit. So, I bowled two games by myself, and then somehow I got into a competition with one of his friends and started bowling a few more games on another lane. And I could feel at that point my legs were starting to get like a little sore. My hand was getting sore too. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be feeling great tomorrow. But whatever. We left because they still had a couple more hours, and we weren't sitting there till 1 o'clock. If that was the case, she would have had to carry me home probably. So we left, come home. I plop myself on the couch. I turn on, if I find one of the shows I've been watching, I'm like, I'll watch a couple episodes. At some point, I put my leg up on our coffee table, and sometimes I put the one sometimes I just put my feet, and then I'll do that. But this time I put my leg straight out on the coffee table, and I put my other one on top of it. And all of a sudden, it's 6 a.m. I've missed like episodes of the show I was watching. The TV stopped because I must have went all the way to the
asking you if you were still watching.
No, it just went to its blank screen, or not the blank screen, but it just went to that like almost like your your screensaver or whatever. So it was just on that. So I must have already gone through the episodes, and then it just was paused for so long that I went to the screensaver, and I got up and I'm like, oh, my legs. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be good. So go to bed. Saturday morning, I wake up. I kind of turn. I'm like, ooh, my knee don't feel good. And then I go to stand up, and all of a sudden I'm like, I can't stand on my leg. I look down, my knee is like huge. It's all swelled up. I was like, oh my God. So I'm yelling out to them. I'm like, could someone go grab my cane out of the car? I can't walk. So come out, and then I get on the couch. She's like, oh my God, yeah, your knee is really bad. I'm like, it hurts so bad. So then I'm popping ibuprofen, I'm icing it. And
were you able to bend it? Like once you got back up on Saturday morning, were you able to bend the knee, or because of the swelling?
No. Once I got out of bed and I stood up, it was just like, that was it. Like I couldn't even put pressure on it. I couldn't do anything. Like it was all swollen, and it was just so sore. And I'm trying to think, was it from the bowling? And then finally it dawned on me, I'm like, I woke up at 6 in the morning and my legs were up on the I'm like, and she goes, you probably hyperextended it, like laying on the thing like that. I'm like, so yeah. So for the last couple days, I've been, today it hasn't been too bad. It's still a little sore. I've been still icing it, taking ibuprofen and stuff like that. But I'm able to maneuver around better with. I don't need the cane to hold me up anymore. So I've been able to walk around a little bit better. But it still looks a little swollen. I did go to a urgent care yesterday, and uh, the doc, like, she went through and uh, rubbed my knee all up and everything. So she didn't feel any ligament tears or anything. So she's like, that's a good sign. She did say it sounded like there may be a little arthritis in there,
That happens.
which I get because there's those times where, like, if I bend down to do something, that getting up is sometimes impossible.
Hmm.
So yeah, good times. But yeah, I wear my knee brace, and uh, I could sit for so long, and then I have to, like, get up and move, because then it just, from being bent sitting in the chair, like, it tightens up, and then when I try to go stand, it's still sore, and then it's hard to bend. So
Yeah.
it's, yeah, good times. Love
Well,
getting old.
I hope you recover fully.
Thank you. Yes. Hopefully everything will be good by June. So
Well, I had a senior moment this past week myself.
oh boy, here we go.
I have a significant birthday coming up here in next week.
Yeah.
And as part of that, I received a AARP membership card in
Oh,
the
I get those
mail.
all the time.
So this was my first one.
Nice.
So
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I believe someone, I mean, besides my father, but someone else has my name as well. There must be another Gary McDaniel, because I've been getting AARP and senior stuff in the mail for the last couple years,
okay.
and I was like, it's got to be someone else. But now that you just got one, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it is just me, and they're just like, oh, well, you're getting close. So,
Yes.
oh yeah, it's
That's
a good
a
times. I love that. Yeah.
it's a harsh reality check. There's a lot of things coming up where you're like, "Ooh, I'm that old."
Uh huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right, Gary. I wanted to ask you because I know you eat out a lot or order food a lot.
We did
I
today.
saw a piece recently. It was the New York Times. They profiled a couple that is spending $700 a week
Oh, jeez.
on
Okay.
DoorDash. Now, I'm assuming this is in New York City or the vicinity of New York City. So that would explain one, some of the price of it.
Yeah.
But there was a chart online that showed DoorDash, oh, excuse me, DoorDash's reported orders. They had 933 million orders in quarter one of this year, and that was up 27% year over year, which
Wow.
if you're running any type of business and you're getting 25% more than you'd got last year,
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
and it's a much more significant jump than it had been like the last, few quarters.
Yeah.
So, do you use DoorDash or do you use
So,
something else
um,
or Uber Eats? Like, do you use these type of
s-
apps to order?
so yeah, so we do. Shannon uses Uber Eats. She has that because from when she works, they'll use that,
Mhm.
and so, like, we'll use it for something. Some other like some places now, like if I order online, it brings you to a different site, and then they have a third part, like they'll have like a DoorDash or a Grubhub or someone come in and pick up the food and deliver it. So it's
Right.
not, I'm not ordering it directly from
DoorDash.
DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever, Uber Eats, all those. But they sometimes are the ones delivering it. Uh, Now I'm like, that 700. I'm like, that's really price. But then I'm thinking, I'm like, well, that could also be, they could be ordering groceries, because you could. Or
No,
is this just
it was
like,
just meals,
oh
and I
geez,
will
okay,
say
yeah, that's
I don't
crazy.
know if they had more that it wasn't just like a couple. They had at least one child.
Hmm.
So it
Okay.
wasn't like they would, I could see if you're just a couple with no kids and hey, we just want to eat, we're going to
Yeah.
order. I
Yeah.
could see that a little bit more. But when you start getting kids, especially because sometimes kids don't eat,
You just
and
waste the
you're
money. Well,
spending
yeah.
even more money on food than they're not going to eat. But
Yep. No, I mean, like I said, we do. We'll use the Uber Eats every once in a while, but the other ones are usually just whatever the location. Like if I order Outback or Carrabba's, they used to have when they started doing delivery, it was people that worked for Outback and Carrabba's that they, had just delivering. But I guess I don't know if maybe to cut back, they decided to not do that anymore, so they just went to the third party stuff now. So because usually, yeah, who delivers my food? Sometimes it sometimes it's an Uber Eats guy. Sometimes it might be a DoorDash. It's whoever I guess gets the when you put the order in, wherever they send it out to, and whoever decides to pick it up. But
yeah, I've never used. I, I think I've used the Domino's app like years ago
Mm.
for delivery, but I've never used like Uber Eats or
Yeah,
DoorDash.
actually, we
Um,
just used Uber Eats tonight. I think, or I don't know if I don't know. There's a Chinese restaurant that we order from, and I don't know if it's just from their site. Colin usually does it, or if it was off the Uber Eats. I know he does. They do the two of them do the McDonald's app a lot now, but they don't have it delivered. Usually they just order on the app, and then he goes and picks it up.
okay.
So we don't have it anyone delivered.
Now
But
the woman I work with orders. I wouldn't say a lot, but she orders. She'll mention like that she ordered food,
yeah,
and to me, one, if I'm going to order any sort of food, like I want it fresh. Like who knows how long it's been driving around in some guy's back seat.
so that happens sometimes where like yeah you're
And then the fact that you're paying like a premium for that,
yeah
it's like, well, I'll just go get it myself.
yeah.
Thanks, but no
That's
thanks.
why I don't mind. Like I mean, like I said, when I'm ordering off of another site and they have it delivered by someone else. There's nothing I can really do about that. That's why I don't. But I'm not paying the. I mean, you're paying a little bit of a little bit of an upcharge, but you're not like from an actual like if you go on Uber, like sometimes you look at that stuff and they're charging you more just for delivery than what you ordered. So it's like your order just becomes ridiculous. And it's yeah, I mean I've heard of people ordering like people have gotten so lazy to where they ordering coffees, ordering
Mhm.
drink and just drink like nothing, not whole meals or anything.
Yeah.
Ice cream. I'm like that. I'm like, I can't see. I'm like, I'm not going to order a milkshake or ice cream from some and then have them deliver it to me. By the time it gets here, I'm just drinking milk.
It
So it's like,
happens.
but there's a ton of people that do it, and I'm like looking at those people $700. Yeah, it's just we've become a
That was
lazy.
$700 a week.
Yeah, we're becoming a lazy culture where we just don't want to. We don't want to go anywhere. We don't want to do it. Like we just want to sit home
Well,
and
and I think too, the younger generation is more,
oh,
and you mentioned this about your
big
own
time.
son. Like if they can do something through a kiosk and avoid people at all
Yes.
costs,
Hmm. Yeah.
they'll do it. So
And I'm surprised that some of the, like I mean, like I said, when like I've I've been to a Taco Bell now more than I have in probably a couple of years in these last like couple months or whatever. And I haven't. It's been so long that I have. When I walked in there and I seen those kiosk things sitting there, and then one little register, but nobody behind the register. And
mhm.
I'm like, man, we don't. There's no like. It's just all people cooking back there. Then I guess anymore. There's nobody that's like brings the stuff out or even takes your order or anything now. It's like I'm like, well, what the heck? Yeah, there's not. I mean, we've been talking about AI taking over, but it's like we've been having stuff taken away from people for a long time now. Like any grocery store you go into now, you have those self checkouts. You go into like the WalMarts or Targets, self checkout. It's like, and I'm like, this. It's just
Yeah.
it's craziness. I love when you go to some of these kiosks too, and you like you do the order and stuff like that, and then it asks you if you want a tip. I'm like, who the hell am I tipping?
Give me a discount.
I'm like, there's nobody here. I'm like, yeah, are you going to hand me this money after I say yes? And it's crazy.
All
Oh,
right.
we got,
I was going to show you. I got to show you a
oh,
quick scan of the cats.
okay. That was another cat fight. Oh,
There she is.
oh, there's one.
That's Elizabeth.
Just hanging. Elizabeth.
All right.
So,
Back to me.
yeah, DoorDash. It's crazy.
All right. Well, I'm in the minority with that. All right, Gary. Some we've discussed on many occasions here some plumbing issues and household repairs that
Oh,
you and I
so
have
many.
tried to
So many.
do. Um, we noticed like a week and a half ago down in our basement something was leaking from the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah.
I noticed it when for whatever reason I like flushed the toilet, then I went downstairs to like check on the cats and their food, and that's when I
Mm-hmm.
noticed it, and I was like, oh, I just flushed the toilet. I wonder if that's the toilet.
Uh,
So Jill ended up realizing like it probably wasn't the pipe that was leaking. It was maybe the seal around the toilet.
yep.
Now she had replaced the upstairs toilet with Joseph, my son, last year. So she had done this before. I had never attempted this.
No.
But on Mother's Day, I
Good day
made
to
the
do it.
trip to the Home Depot. I asked there were 3 men in one of the plumbing aisles. I said, I need to replace the seal on my toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I'm an old school customer service type of guy. What do you do, Gary? Especially when
Well,
there's 3 of you
back in the
standing there.
day, you would be like, "Oh yeah, it's over here," and then you would walk that person over to the aisle and show them exactly where it is.
Yep. The one guy said, yeah, you want to go to the next aisle over right on the floor. It's called like a number 3 kit.
Mm.
Okay. I
Sure.
guess I'll go
Thank
find it
you.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's not surprising because that's the state of customer service at this point. So,
Exactly.
but I found it okay enough and then went home. My sister-in-law also actually helped with it because
Oh.
the great thing with a toilet is that it's usually in a corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And me being 6'3" and
Oh yeah.
210
Yeah. You could
pounds,
squeeze in there. Yeah. Mhm.
she's like a little bit over 5 foot and can get in the nooks and crannies there.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we did it. It hasn't been leaking since.
Nice. All right.
So it was a nice little home
There you
repair.
go. There you go. Sweet.
So
Yes, I've replaced a few toilets in my day. So
I know you've said you've done it before, but I had never tried it. But my wife had done it with my son, so I figured
yeah.
I could probably get it done. So
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
it was
Oh.
cheaper than calling the plumber. We actually called the plumber and he never responded back. So
Oh yeah. That's nice. Telling you,
lost for him.
it's bad anymore now.
Yeah. All right, Gary. I want to talk a little bit about the hantavirus,
Mm.
which um, sort of it's aggravating me because it's from apparently everything I read and also hear and see, it's not really contagious.
Okay.
However, if you go on any of the news websites or watch, Good Morning America or any news, they're also making this the number one story. ABC News had a tracker on its website with the number of cases and what states and
Yeah.
where they were. And are you getting sort of that same conflicted feeling that, hey, the doctors and everyone's telling us this isn't really, it's not like COVID was because we've had this hantavirus around for thousands of years,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like the media is like, oh, we're gonna get everyone riled up about this.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't watch or read any news.
Yeah.
Um. So no. You know what? Shannon just brought it up to me the other day. I think this was the one that she was talking about. Was this the one that there was a whole bunch of sick people on a cruise ship or whatever? And
Yes.
they were yes. Okay. Yeah. She brought this one up to me and was saying something about it, but I just wasn't really. paying attention because I don't really pay attention to anything really. Um, no, even when COVID came around, I was kind of like, whatever. Um, Seems like everyone's going to get it anyway, so I'll just at some point just deal with it. But um, I don't know. She was mentioning something like, oh, hopefully we're not going to be, stuck in the houses anymore and blah blah blah. Um, which I mean, I'm fine with. I don't care. I could sit home all day. It's not a big deal to me.
The
The only
more
thing
time
I
you
would
spend
miss
in
is
your
is
house, the better.
going to my breweries. That's the one thing I would miss. But um, yeah, other than I'll have to DoorDash everything. But no, other than that, yeah, I haven't really been paying much attention to the and you know everything. They just like to blow everything up out of proportion, and then it's a slow news day when they're going through and they're talking
Yeah.
about another virus that's out there. And do you know how many viruses are out there? I mean, there's probably
If you
billions
have
of
kids,
viruses.
if you have kids under the age of 10, you know how
Yeah,
many
it's
viruses are out there.
they're a walking virus.
Now,
So I
now,
mean, at this point, it's like whatever. It's something to talk about, I guess.
did you hear how apparently this virus got onto the cruise ship? Like its origin story?
I did not know.
So apparently it was on some, I don't know where the hell it was. I think it was in South America. The people got off to bird watch. And what they do is they go to these dumps,
Well, that's
which
smart.
is, I guess, where most of these birds go to. And they were like in the trash
Oh,
dump.
that's great.
And that's when they got exposed to the rat feces, which contained the virus, which they then inhaled and
Yeah.
whatever got. And then apparently this is a thing that people even in America will go to trash dumps, garbage dumps, landfills to birdwatch.
Birds. Oh my
So that's a whole other niche of
god.
maybe
Yeah,
a podcast we have to explore.
I guess so. I mean, she's I've never heard of that one, but I mean, bird watching to me just is like um what am I trying to say? Boring. But that's not what I really wanted to say. Uh, I don't. I mean, I guess it's a hobby for some people, but I mean,
The
it's
the older I've gotten, the more interested in birds I've gotten.
so I know. You know what?
And COVID actually was one of the reasons because there was nothing to do. We got a bird feeder, which became sort of our form of entertainment.
So for me, it's growing up in Pennsylvania, there was your specific bird. I mean, there was only like, I mean, there might have been dozen variety of birds, but it always seemed like it was the same bird all the time. There was nothing ever. The only time like that would be exciting is when you would see like a blue jay or a cardinal. And you're like, oh
Mhm.
my god, look at it! Oh, it's a blue jay. Oh, it's a cardinal. Oh my god, I've never seen one of those before. And it's like you get all excited about that. Now I see them all the time, and it's like, okay, whatever. Last time I was home in Pennsylvania, though, my mother and top at the house they put these the bird feeder things out there, and the oh crap, what's
Hummingbird.
the hummingbirds, which is something I don't think I've really ever seen unless I was like at a zoo or something like that. But to see one like up close, like right there, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's something you don't see that often. But I'm not going to be spending my weekend with a pair of binoculars walking around a trash dump looking for a bird just to say I seen it. Just so what everyone's just going to believe me. Oh, I seen a cuckoo bird at the trash dump over here in the thing. Oh, really? Did you get a picture? No, I was looking at it. I seen it with binoculars. I mean, get out of here. I mean, unless you're videotaping or recording all these sightings, it's any person's word against, you know. But now, like I said, now I live in Florida, so we have a bunch of weird, we got all those cranes and
Right.
everything, and that weird, creepy group of birds that just walk the streets with these giant beaks eating out of the grass. So, yeah, I'm not a bird bird person. I'm like,
Yeah,
I could
I've
go
been
without it.
looking for the woodpecker, and I think I did see like a small one,
Okay.
but I want to see like one of the. And I don't know. I guess they do come in like larger
Oh,
sizes.
okay. I don't. I just assumed they were
There's
just like,
different size woodpeckers. I want to see like one of the big ones.
yeah. I've always heard like
I
at
hear them in the
places you
woods
would
all the time.
hear them all the time, but you could never see them.
Right.
I did, and again, another one that you would not see a whole lot of, but those little mini owls. Um, there was one time we were leaving her parents' house, and there was like a couple of them like just sitting in the street, and I'm like, oh, those little baby owls. I'm like, so, but I'm like, now I've seen them. Now I don't need to. Now I don't need to see them again. So, but bird watching, yeah, that's so. Yeah, so I mean, so good for good on them. They probably deserved getting the virus because they walking around a trash dump looking for birds. But I mean, you got to kind of think, it's probably not the most sanitary and healthy thing to be doing, especially if you're on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
When you're locked up in a giant boat with thousands of people.
Well, here's the funny
Um,
thing. When COVID happened, and
mhm.
I remember people were getting stranded on the ships there.
Yep.
Um, Jill was like, "I will never go on a cruise."
Uh,
We've never been on a cruise, but she was like, "I will never go on a cruise." Now we have next year we have Joseph will be graduating law school,
mhm.
Ruby's graduating high school. And we haven't really been away on a family vacation in years.
Yeah.
So we were planning like a family vacation. And she was talking about a cruise.
Yeah.
The other night she comes in and she's like, I was thinking. She goes, I know we were talking about a cruise. She goes, I don't think I want to do a cruise. I said, yeah, I didn't think you would. So now we're looking at doing something in the
Okay.
Carolinas.
So you know what? They're not. I mean, depends on what you're going on. Like, I mean, I've been on two. First one was one of those carnivals, so it was whatever. And then the last one was a Disney, so it was different. I mean, and with Disney, they are uh constantly cleaning, especially when you're in the parks. They're always moving around, sweeping stuff, doing this, changing out the garbages. I mean, the only time it's sometimes is Epcot. Sometimes during like Food and Wine Festival, I think they get a little overwhelmed because there's just so many of those little tiny plates and cups all over the place. But the Disney cruise was nice because it was very clean. But I spent a lot of my time outside, so I didn't really stay in the boat much. So I didn't really. I sat up on this one little deck area where I could smoke and right next to a bar, and I sat there for a good majority of my time. So, which is what I wanted to do, just relax and hang out. But yeah, I mean, it really depends on what type of cruise you're going on, and if you're going to be on and off the boat and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but
So I don't know.
yeah, they're an acquired, like, I mean, I know a lot of people that's all they do
Yeah.
is just cruise, and I'm like, I don't mind it like every so many years doing one if we had, but I mean, like I said, I've done two, and I think I'm good. I don't
I
know if I
think I
ever
would
want
have
to do again.
enjoyed it more when I was younger than
Yes,
I would now as 50 something.
yes.
Um, Although I think I would enjoy, they have those European cruises.
So
That I think I would enjoy because you can get off and explore Europe and all the
we
cities and the
we've talked
churches.
because Paul, they were talking about doing one, and it was like one of the Mediterranean ones where you get dropped off, you like get dropped off in Italy, you'll get dropped off in like Greece, you get dropped, and it's just like so you're not constantly you're not on the boat for like 3 days or whatever. You're really on it just to get to a port, and
Yeah.
then so yeah, that would be that one I would probably do next if I was gonna do any type of cruise, something like that.
All right. Maybe one day, Gary, we'll have the Brian Lennon show cruise.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah,
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
yeah.
If any cruise lines are interested,
Wanna yeah.
let's call, reach out. All right, Gary. Just a reminder for people who are listening and watching: be sure to subscribe. Here,
Mhm.
there's a button on the show notes. You can
Somewhere.
subscribe and follow us along. So be sure to do that. Gary, this past week I've been sort of I find myself kind of going back to like the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
It's just weird because I was a kid at the time, but there's a lot of I'm just like interested in like what the thought and vibe was, I guess, back then.
Mhm. Yeah.
And this past week I read it was a January 1982 Playboy interview with the late comic George Carlin, who his birthday was May 12th. He would have been 89 this year.
Oh, wow.
But he passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
Um, but it was interesting because I always enjoyed his stand up.
Oh, yeah, he was really good.
And what I didn't realize is how kind of the George Carlin I knew from like the 80s on
Mhm.
was sort of the third iteration of George Carlin. He
Okay.
started originally as a kind of a straight comic,
Mm. I did not know that. Okay.
and then he sort of rebelled and got into like the college campuses and um, in the interview with Playboy, he talks a lot about his cocaine addiction.
Mhm.
Um, not so much drinking; it was really mainly cocaine and marijuana.
Yeah.
But he said he smoked, basically every day for 30 years,
Jeez.
and then was on cocaine where he wouldn't sleep for 4 or 5 days, and then he would
Oof.
sleep for, a day or 2, and then kinda start to feel better, and then he would go on another run with cocaine.
Gee.
But that's something you would I mean, that is like 70s, 80s
Oh,
sort of living.
that was the
Like,
lifestyle, yeah.
most I mean, I'm sure it still happens, but you're not gonna read about a celebrity today going through something like that, like George Carlin did in the 70s and 80s. Just one, because most of us are wiser and it's just not
Yeah.
part of a culture anymore.
Or there's different drugs that they're doing now that they don't
Exactly,
have
yeah.
to.
There's both
There's
happening.
something else out there now, so
But that there'll be a link to at least the Playboy page on Substack if people are looking to
Mhm.
check that out. That was
Mhm.
fascinating. And then I think it was like 2 years ago, Philip Roth, who is an author, uh, he's someone I've kind of had heard about, everyone who I admired as a writer, and, lists you would see like the greatest writers, he would always be on the list
Mm.
or people would be talking about him. And I had never read anything that he had written until maybe about 2 years ago. And I read like his first 2 books.
Okay.
Um, and then I was at a book sale back in April, and I found Portnoy's Complaint, which is sort of his like classic first real big novel that he wrote. It was sort of ahead of its time, if you will. It was dealt a lot with sex, masturbation,
Mm.
growing up in a Jewish household, all of
Mm.
that stuff. And then he's gone on to write a lot more. He's won like the National Book Award. I think he won the Pulitzer Prize, or maybe it was the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not sure. He won like
One of those.
one of those fancy awards. But it was interesting because he went to school at Bucknell, which is in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. So
Yeah. Mhm.
we went there last winter for a basketball game. And I've been there for a referee clinic years ago, so it's not too far.
Yeah.
He grew up in Newark, New Jersey, which is about an hour and a half from Scranton here, so it's
Mhm.
not too far. And then apparently he worked at a summer camp when he was in college in East Stroudsburg.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
I'm hoping. So I just got his biography, and I'm hoping to see if he ever like visited Scranton on his way to or from, Bucknell back to Newark or
I was
East
gonna
Stroudsburg.
I'm sure there's probably, at some point, I would think, you know?
Yep.
Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area. Yeah,
Yeah. And
that's
then I
cool.
just saw a clip of Don Draper in Mad Men reading his copy of Portnoy's complaint because it came out in 1969. And so
Mm,
Don is reading it in the series, which it's the same like cover as mine. So mine, I think, is an original like first edition of the. So I can hold it up here so people can see it.
there you go.
Philip Roth.
Portnoy complaint. And he won the Pulitzer Prize.
Pulitzer Prize. Okay. And the National Book Award. I know he did win.
National Book Award, yes. Penn Faulkner Award.
Watch your mouth.
Nobel Prize in Literature.
Okay, so he did win the Nobel Prize.
And the Gold Medal in Fiction.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So, and it's interesting because he grew up in a Jewish household. Well, the other interesting thing of both of these men is they're both anti-religion.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even call them atheist. They just don't believe in religion.
Yes.
They hate religion. George Carlin was raised Roman Catholic. He actually went to Cardinal Hayes High School in New York City, which is where my uncle attended high school as well. Same high school as well as Regis Philbin.
Mm.
And then Philip Roth was raised Jewish, but disavowed religion basically right after his bar mitzvah. But the language that now my mother grew up. It's funny because my mother grew up in the Bronx. And I remember like she grew up with Jewish people. Like she had Jewish neighbors, Jewish friends. And so she would use like a lot of Jewish terms. Like bubble.
Yeah. You would just.
And so reading the book, they use a lot of the terms like my mother would use.
Okay.
So it was interesting to read that. Yeah, like
that's funny though. All right.
You've never read any Philip Roth?
No.
You might like Portnoy's complaint.
Not that I recall, but add it to my list.
I wonder if Shannon has read any.
I don't know. I'll have to ask her. I've never. It's the first time I've heard of it, so.
Yeah.
But you never know.
The other interesting part about the Philip Roth. So he I guess in the late 70s, most of the 80s, he lives overseas, like in England. And then comes back to the US in like 1989, stays here then. He had a like farmhouse in Connecticut that was kind of like on this like, I don't know, 140 acre farm. But he also had an apartment in New York, like the city.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
And I've watched a few interviews with him from like the early 2000s, like on 60 Minutes and CBS This Morning, stuff like that. It's interesting that he was married twice, divorced both times. And then basically from like 1989 to when he died, I think in 2020. Oh, hold on one second.
Oh, let's see. Pass. Let's see. Actually, 2018.
2018.
Actually, it'll be coming up May 22nd, 2018. So
okay.
Did you lock me out because you were recording?
He looks familiar. Like I've seen him before. Like I don't know if I've seen him in a maybe it was an interview or something, but or he looks like an actor. He looks like someone.
He looks like someone. That's good.
Well, maybe it's well, like if I'm the little Stanley Tucci, maybe.
Maybe
You can see a little. A little Tucci in him.
But the interesting thing that was just reading about him and kind of learning about him, and I'm going to learn more because I'm reading his biography now, is he sort of became this monk type character
Okay.
because he basically would be away, isolated on this farm, in the farmhouse, where he had like another little like writing studio out back. And he would spend all day writing these novels, which obviously won
Yeah.
major awards. And so like as famous and well known and well regarded he was as a literary genius really of American novels. He lived this sort of monkish lifestyle. He's not as maybe like Norman Mailer was always on talk shows and John Updike was on talk shows and stuff, but he rarely did those types of things.
Yeah. He seemed like he was just he loved to write, but didn't really care about the credit. He just,
Yeah.
I just want to write these books, put them out there for people, and that's it. I don't need to be, glamatized and all that stuff. And
it's kind of odd because he's another writer that I really enjoy, as well as sort of like a spiritual person, is like Thomas Merton, who was sort of in the literary circles in the early, probably 40s, late 30s, early 40s. He literally became a monk. He became a Catholic priest and lived in a monastery in Kentucky. And I'm thinking they both ended up living sort of the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
And as much as Philip Roth was anti-religion, this sort of monk lifestyle that he lived is really kind of what the church has espoused for, certain sects of priests and brothers and all that. So it's sort of interesting how that kind of enmeshes like with him. So it'll be interesting to read more about that. But, excuse me.
God bless
you. That was a Nathan's hot dog.
Oh boy.
It's grilling season.
The good stuff. Yeah, it is.
Even though it was in the rain.
Oh.
But
geez.
It's coming over me.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
All right. We will have some more stories, but first we have Gary's News of the Weird. And Gary's News of the Weird is sponsored by
Rap Brewing Company, located at 10930 Endeavor Way, Seminole, Florida. And this week we have, let's see,
I forgot to put this in the notes.
I forgot to. Usually I bring it up and see what's going on. And well, I said I was just up there Friday, but I couldn't remember what was going on this week. So, but
the knee and all.
Yeah. So we are recording here on Wednesday. So tomorrow there is Go Stuff Yourself and the Craft Tapped Happy Hour is also going on from 5 to 8. So Craft Tap is almost, I guess, I think it's similar to like a Untapped, and Rap is part of that group now. So they do this this little happy hour every month, I believe now. Then Friday we have WTF Pizza, and on Saturday Johnny Nevada will be there. Johnny Nevada's, and it's also a pub guild meeting will be going on that day too. So
okay,
come check out Rap Brewing Company. The rotating list of beers. You can always see what they have on tap if you go to Rap Menu. and you could pull up and check out what selections they have for that day you want to go. And our first story of the evening, museum's Knight Rider replica car got a speeding ticket. It hasn't gone anywhere in years. It's a mystery on the streets of New York City. What traffic law violator with unpaid fines is driving a black Pontiac Trans Am that looks like the car with a talking computer from the 1980s TV series Knight Rider and even has the same license plate? Officials at an Illinois museum are among the people who would like to know. The Volvo Museum near Chicago, which has a replica of the show's Trans Am that hasn't moved from its exhibit in years, recently received a $50 traffic ticket from the Big Apple, alleging its car was doing 36 miles per hour in a 25 zone in Brooklyn on April 22nd. The ticket came complete with traffic camera photos showing a black Trans Am with the California license plate Knight, the same plate as the car on the show, and the novelty one on the museum's unregistered car. The license plate is also connected to 5 other unpaid traffic violations in New York City since late 2024. How the city linked the plate to the museum was not immediately clear. City officials did not immediately respond to email and phone messages on Wednesday. The fact that we're legally tied to a movie prop is interesting, said Jim Wojda, the museum's marketing director. We're known for having our Hollywood cars from TV and movies, but I have no idea how we got registered from a ticket in New York to the plate in California to the Volvo Museum in Illinois. The museum has requested a hearing challenging the ticket. Knight Rider, starring David Hasselhoff as a crime fighter, aired on NBC from 82 to 86 and featured Kit, the black Trans Am with a snarky talking computer. Around 20 kits were built for the show, but only 5 of the originals remain. There are also numerous replicas around, including the museums. The Facebook group Knight Rider Kit Car Club for people who own replicas has nearly 19,000 members. The Volvo Museum is having fun with the ticket trouble on its social media sites. It recently changed its header on its Facebook page to Home of the Knight Rider Kit that famously got a speeding ticket in New York City without ever leaving its exhibit in Illinois.
Do you think there's some sort of time travel involved in this, Gary?
I don't know. Could be. I mean, is Kit real? And maybe he's sneaking out at night and, doing a little,
it's possible.
Travel. And so, I don't know. Does this museum have guards? I don't know. But
have we checked the security cameras in the museum?
That's true. I don't know if they've done that yet, but it would be interesting to find out.
Or is this going to be like Night at the Museum 8?
Ooh.
And they're like planting seeds for...
that I didn't even think of that one. That's a good one, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll have to watch out for that one. And our final story of the evening, a massive 11,000 carat ruby has been unearthed in Myanmar's war-scattered gemstone heartland. Miners in Myanmar have discovered a rare ruby of enormous size, considered to be the second largest by weight ever found in the conflict-battered Southeast Asian nation. The ruby, measuring 11,000 carats, was unearthed near the town of Mogat in the upper Mandalore region, the heartland of the lucrative gem mining industry that has recently experienced intense fighting in the country's wide-ranging civil war. According to the report from the state-run Global New Light of Myanmar, the newly found rough ruby was discovered in mid-April, just after the traditional New Year festival. While it weighs roughly half the weight of a 21,450 carat stone found in 896, the new discovery is considered more valuable due to its superior color and quality. It is described as having a purplish red hue with yellowish undertones, a high quality gold or color grade, moderate transparency, and a highly reflective surface. Uh, Myanmar produces as much as 90% of the world's rubies, primarily from the area of Mogok and Monghus. Gemstones, both legitimately traded and smuggled, are a major source of revenue for Myanmar. Human rights activists and organizations such as Britain's based research and lobbying group Global Witness have urged jewelers to stop purchasing gems sourced from Myanmar, as the industry has served as a viral revenue stream for its military governments over several decades. And I do have a photo
Oh, okay.
of our.
I did see this.
So it looks just like a big glob of Play-Doh or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like when you think of a ruby. Like,
no, that's not what I was expecting.
No. And so when I've like seen the start, and I'm like, when I pulled up and looked at the picture, I'm like, that just looks like a glob of.
Oh, also kind of looks like my wife's meatloaf.
Oh. And that is Deuce of the Weird. Again, brought to you by Rap Brewing Company. Again, located at 10930 Endeavor Way, Seminole, Florida.
And as always, thank you to our sponsor, Rap Brewing Company. Gary, at the bottom of the Playboy article that I read with George Carlin, I did. It was a long interview. I read the whole thing.
Wow. Okay.
There was another article about apparently oxytocin nasal spray. And the question whether this can be the latest love drug to help improve your sex life.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Have you ever heard about oxytocin nasal spray?
I have not. No. What's funny is when I opened up the notes and I was thinking, I'm like, oh, okay. I just read oxytocin nasal spray, and I was thinking, I'm like, oh, it's got to be something for my allergies or whatever. And then I kept reading, and I was like, oh no, that's something different. Okay,
well,
that's
not going to help your allergies.
No, I guess not.
So I guess it's from what I kind of gathered, it's not really like it's not like a Viagra type of love drug, but it helps people sort of relax and feel more comfortable.
Okay.
Maybe bring down your inhibitions more.
All right. Okay.
So I don't believe any of these are FDA approved.
I was gonna say we've had that for years. It's called alcohol. So I mean, but sure, whatever. If someone wants to, spritz stuff up their nose and feel more loose, go for it. Whatever. I'm not a nasal spray guy.
So you should be.
No matter what, I should be, but no matter what I spray up there, it just tickles, and then I just sneeze and blow it all back out again. So, so unless it's a dry spray, I could do some of the ones that are like a little bit more of like a mist that you shoot up there. I could deal with those. So if it's something like that, I might be able to pull that off. But yeah, I think I'm good with my. I don't know if I need any love spray.
Love spray.
I think I could go without it.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
that'll be the next big thing.
Oh yeah.
Did you happen to watch the Kevin Hart roast?
I have not. I tell you the truth, I still haven't watched the Tom Brady roast.
Oh boy.
I mean, I've seen clips of it, but I've never actually sat through. But no, I have not. I've seen all the ads and stuff for it. I didn't even realize it happened yet. I thought it was just coming up. But
I'm over Kevin Hart. I think he's way overexposed at this point because he's literally every commercial of any show I watch.
He's on everything,
including a sporting event. He's in one of the commercials.
Yep.
But also at the bottom of the Playboy article was an article about a woman named Madison Sinclair,
Okay.
who apparently wrote a lot of the jokes for the Kevin Hart roast. Apparently, she's a comedy writer. Again, I had never heard of her until this week.
The name sounded familiar, and I'm just pulling her up now. I don't think that's her.
And apparently, she's in a Blink 182 video.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get a actual photo of her so I could see what the heck she looks like.
So I wasn't sure if you were familiar with any of her.
No,
Or
she doesn't look. The name sounded familiar, but she doesn't look.
does it say what like shows or what else she wrote for?
Matt Sinclair is a Los Angeles-based stand-up writer and creator known for her sharp joke writing and bold, boundary-pushing style. She supported top venues like the Comedy Store. Appeared on shows such as Roast Battle and Tournament of Laughs. Established herself as a comedy presence in both live and live and oh come on, I lost it now. And both and televised comedy. Let me go back and see what her IMDb, because she's actually on IMDb. So, but it looks like
Apparently she's a big deal, but I've never heard of her till this week.
Yeah, and it looks like it's all like it's mostly roasts that she's been on, and then like shows. It was like Comedy Central roast, Game of Clones. Must have been the Steve Harvey show. She was on a whole bunch of those, and then Jeff Ross presents roast battles. She was on a bunch of them too.
So maybe she's like the female version of Jeff Ross.
Could be, yeah.
Okay,
possibility. But it looks like she must write a lot of the stuff then. Interesting.
Gary, have you ever been to see the Savannah Bananas?
So no, they've been down here a few times. Tickets are always impossible to get.
Yep.
I have not been to any of them yet. My sister-in-law has gone to one. I don't know if it was maybe when they were over in Miami somewhere or something. I can't remember when she went, but no, we've talked about it because my Colin wants to go see one of them, but that whole league is growing big time already now, because I mean they're supposed to be adding 2 more teams, I think.
Yeah, there's multiple teams now. So they're coming to Northeast PA this year.
Oh wow! Okay.
There was a lottery that you could join into. I actually won the lottery, so I was able to attempt.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Go ahead. Sorry.
So I won the lottery. That gave me the opportunity to buy a ticket.
Yes.
However, by the time I got on, the tickets were gone.
Gone. Yes.
So they are coming up here to Northeast PA the week of Memorial Day.
Oh.
Now, I work literally across the street from the baseball stadium.
Right. Take that day off.
So they are playing Friday and Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. The woman from PNC Park came over this past week, and she basically was saying, hey, she wanted to know who owned our building, because she wants to use it basically for employee parking, and basically told us, if you guys aren't out of your parking lot by 3:00 on Friday, you won't get out.
You're not leaving.
They're expecting 10,000 people
to
attend each game. Now, this is a minor league baseball park, so it'll be full.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've been to PNC Park for special rehab assignment games. Like A-Rod was there one year. Derek Jeter was there one time. I think we've been to see them. We've literally been 81 will be backed up, like off the high.
Oh, yeah.
So I was kind of happy because the attorney I work for was there, and he's like, okay, so we'll have to be out of here by, we're like 2. Definitely got to be.
Yeah. 2. I'd work from home day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to even attempt that.
Yeah.
So what time's the game's at? What, 3? Or is it?
Well, the Friday game is going to be probably at 6:30.
6 or whatever. So I mean, you know, people are going to be, because they're going to know how that traffic is in that area.
Yeah.
People are going to be coming in super early. So
Yeah.
I mean, the only good part is you're leaving, so it might not be as bad.
But I would have to cross
But then it's trying to
traffic.
get up when you get up to the one point. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
So actually, like the turning lane to go into the stadium, like we kind of have to like cut. We basically have to cut over 2 lanes to get into the lane to go home.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
no.
that'll be
Heck
backed
no.
up.
That's going to be just ridiculous.
Yeah. Plus they have like 14-year-olds parking cars in the parking lot, so it's going to
Oh
just
my
be
God.
a fiasco.
Uh-huh.
All right. And then Gary, summer season is officially underway as in addition to the hantavirus.
Yeah.
Shark tracking has now become a normal story on Good Morning America.
Well,
Apparently the first sharks have been spotted along the East Coast.
oh boy.
So
Fantastic. Well, East Coast up north. Because
yeah, like New Jersey,
I'm sure
New York coastline.
I'm sure ours are always here, so they're not really going
so
anywhere.
They're saying it's a little bit earlier than normal for the sharks.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Think about it. Like everything, the climate's getting all wacky and out of like shape. So, I mean, things are changing a little bit. You guys are getting snow more than odd times. I mean, there was just a story about Denver. I mean, they just hit spring and they just had another snowstorm. So,
you know what Joe Snedeker said today on the news? This has been the coldest May on record since the 40s.
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
It's been like October here.
It's great. And so we've just started warming up now, so which I was kind of hoping, because we were actually cooler. I mean, even going into April, I mean, it was still, we had some really cold days and nights. So I'm like, hopefully this kind of keeps dragging in, and it's we won't hit the really hot weather till maybe like end of June into July, but nah, it started the last couple days. It's been a little ridiculous. So
all right, Gary, do you want to play the music first? Do you want me to introduce the next segment?
No, introduce it before we and then before we go into it, I'll crank it up.
So as you know, we typically celebrate those who've passed, and so that brings us to the segment of the show called R.I.P.
Pour one out. Pour one out. For the ones already gone and the ones still here.
All right, so we'll pour one out. Not a good week, Gary, to be a NBA basketball player.
I guess not.
Brandon Clark, who played, I believe, for the Memphis Grizzlies, only 29 years old. He died, I think that was Monday. I heard on the news authorities suspected a possible overdose is the cause of death. And then Jason Collins, who was the first out gay player in the NBA, he died on Tuesday from brain cancer. He played 13 seasons in the NBA. Jason Kidd, who most of us know, he had a very nice message on social media. I think he played with Jason Collins, and then when he played with Jason Collins, and then when Jason Kidd got his first head coaching job, Jason Collins was on the team, and he said like he was sort of, I guess, probably like a leader of the team that Kidd kind of relied on and helped him a lot during his first year as a head coach. So, and then you had one.
Yes. Also, today I believe it was Donald Gibb, who played Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds, died at 71. I believe it was today. So, yes, ogre.
So we will pour one out for
Pour one out. All
Brandon
right.
Clark, Jason Collins, and Donald Gibb.
Yes.
All right. And before we go, Gary,
Yeah.
so we have the Lennons have a road trip coming up. We're heading down to your neck of the woods,
That's right.
Florida, for Colin's graduation party.
That's right.
And so Jill and I have started sort of planning what the road trip will include.
Got your triptych from
Yeah.
AAA?
So what obviously one of the stops I want to make is I need to go to a Bucky's.
Oh, definitely you do.
That's without
You
saying.
definitely need to get to a Bucky's.
And then I was thinking, because we're going to have Bernard with us, and he's 11 in 5th grade, going into 6th grade, like let's maybe do something fun with him. So I was thinking like maybe some sort of like history, or like a Boy Scout related, or Scouting America as it's called now, sort
Yeah.
of related maybe adventure we could do either on the way there or on the way back.
Yeah, definitely.
So I found there is a state park I want to say it's in South Carolina, that there was like a Revolutionary War battle fought there. It's called, I
okay.
think, the 89 or the 69. And they have an actual like hike that scouts can go on to earn like a badge, or like a little badge. So we may do that on the way home. We're in talks. So as someone who's made the trip more recently than I have, do you have any recommendations of what we should maybe stop and see along the way? And don't say south of the border.
No, that's it's funny because we were joking last time we drove where we said like the Bucky's is becoming now like the new south because you're going to see a ton of road signs for Bucky's in blah 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 miles.
Can I
Bucky's
tell you
in
something, Gary? Every day I drive to work, there's a billboard for Bucky's between my house and Music,
Is there really?
because it says you're only like 643 miles away from the next Bucky's,
Oh,
which is in
wow,
Virginia.
they're really
So they are really talking about. So I mean, if you're on 81 South and you're driving from Canada or something, and you're like in Pennsylvania, you're like, oh
Yeah.
we're almost near Bucky's. But I literally see that billboard every day on my
That's
way to work.
hilarious. Yeah. So Carolina, there is a park called Battle of Rivers Bridge State Historic Site. I don't know if that's the same one, but I couldn't
Well,
find anything that said.
I used
89.
AI.
Oh, Highway 89, North Carolina. Maybe that's maybe there's something like off that. But no, you know what? I can't. So when we're coming, like usually we're just
booking.
We're just shooting right up, which is fun because we've always talked about like stopping in Washington D.C. because Colin's always wanted to see it, but we've never really. And a lot of times we're if I'm driving up there, it's because we have to be up there for a certain
funeral
or something or whatever. So we're just like hurrying up to get up there. But one of these times we're gonna probably just do a little, like just take a couple weeks and just drive up and then stop at a couple different places.
I was also looking for like that like diners, drive-ins, and dives, like places to like stop and eat. So,
and this will be Bernie's first time leaving the state, correct? Too, he's never, or has he been up to?
Well, he's been to Indiana.
Oh, okay.
He's been to New York. Yeah,
southwise, he's never been down.
He's been. Well, we've been to
Virginia,
DC
maybe.
with him. We've been to Virginia. We went to Mount Vernon a few years ago with him. So
he has gone a couple places. All right.
He's never been south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't. I don't. I'm sure there's a ton of historical parks, especially like from Carolinas down. But to tell you,
and I think we're going to take like 81 and stay like away from. Basically, we're going to try and stay away from 95 as long as we can.
Yeah.
And that's like when I lived in Virginia, a few times I had driven down to, I think it's called Salem, like
Okay.
James Madison. That part of Virginia is very rural, or at least it
Yeah.
was 20, 30 years ago. But it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have the mountains out there, and it's just like that, you know,
Yep. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
it's not West Virginia, but it's like Western Virginia
Yes. Mhm.
part. It's just, very scenic.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So-
don't actually really the only time we do a small portion of 95 in Florida. And then it's 95 up until almost into Virginia, and then Virginia we then usually we're I don't know where it takes us, but we're usually we're off 95 at that point. We're driving through like mountainy areas and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
But if I think of something I'll but I can't think of anything right now because I'm trying to think of the route you're coming down, because I know like even if you got into Georgia, there's like the certain areas in there too where like there's the parts where the Appalachian Trail starts too, where you could kind of get on there, but I don't know if that might be too far west.
Yeah, I think we took sort of that Western Virginia route when I was younger with my mother one time, but it was, years ago. So
Yeah.
I'd like to do that again.
Oh, that'd be
just to
cool.
See that. So, and if listeners have any recommendations or places to stop, hit us up. Let us know. Drop a comment in the notes.
Yeah. Something. But
so, all right. Anything else scary before we?
No, not really. I have a graduation party this weekend. That's it. So we're gonna be probably starting to see a bunch of those popping up now. But other than that, another nice. Well, it'll be a nice quiet weekend. Relax my knee a little bit more. So
Yeah, get some ice on there.
Oh God, yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here on the Brian Lennon Show.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Brian Lennon. As always, thank you to my co-host and producer extraordinaire, Mr. Gary McDaniel. We will talk to you again next week.
Ooh, someone will be 50. Throw a big celebration show. It's a celebration show next week.
Oh.
All right. Bye.
What's the song going to be?
Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more.
Ever being 24, Gary?
In a
Ooh,
paradise
so long ago.
that makes me think